We're back with Chris Mitchum. He is a candidate for the new 24th Congressional District. And I'm going to ask you straight up, it's Lois Capps has held the seat, different district with a strict redistricting, but she's held the seat for a while. Can you win?
Oh, yeah. To me, Capps is the easier of the two. I mean, the woman, she's picking up the nickname, the Pelosi of the Central Coast. She has voted right down the line with Pelosi. She's never seen a tax raise she didn't like. You know, she is against development of our natural resources. I mean, you know, she has a voting record that I think even moderate Democrats are not really happy with. Mm-hmm. And she's been there. I think people are also a little unhappy with professional politicians. She's been there since 1998, and it's time for her to step out.
So you mentioned she's not the #1 threat, you think?
No. My tougher race, and it's mainly because of name ID. Mm-hmm. Abel Maldonado has a lot of name ID because he served as Assembly, Senate, and Lieutenant Governor. What people forget is he became Lieutenant Governor by selling his vote to the Democrats for the highest tax raise in California history in return for the Democrat legislators supporting his appointment to Lieutenant Governor when Jerry Brown vacated the spot. And, you know, my job is to get that message out to the voters because, as somebody once said, you only need to be told once that your spouse cheated on you. And he cheated on the Republican Party. Okay.
You have been, between you and Abel, you have been endorsed by the Santa Barbara County Republicans.
Right.
He has been endorsed recently by the local Chambers of Commerce Alliance. How can those endorsements between the two you hurt you or help you?
Well, the Chamber, they contacted me to come in for the day they're doing interviews when I was in Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. So because I didn't come in, I was a non-contender for their endorsement. Okay. I really don't worry about that too much. You know, if Abel was really good for business, his 12 years in Sacramento, California wouldn't be in the state it's in right now, would not be in this condition right now. And right now we're voted the worst place in the nation, 50 out of 50 states, as a state in which to do business. And if he could fix Washington, he should have fixed California.
Mm-hmm. Was redistricting, did that help you decide to get into this
Absolutely,
race?
Absolutely. I looked, I saw what Obama was doing when they shoved Obamacare down our throat against the will of the people, which basically, because we're a people-run constitution, against our constitution, I said, you know, things got to change. And I looked at running in 2010, but Capps still had a 20-point registration advantage, and you need to be within 7 to 10 points to be able to have a chance to victory. So that's just running out and falling on your sword.
You feel redistricting has helped to change that?
Yeah. She now has about a 3.5% lead, which is very, very winnable.
Okay. And you had mentioned right there the president's health care plan. I'm assuming from your reaction that you're not in favor of it.
Absolutely not.
What was your plan if you're elected in the Congress? How would you go about changing that?
Well, first of all, Obamacare has 20 new taxes in it that are just going to rip this country apart. It's going to take even more money out of circulation and hurt us even more. Health care, you know, we, the people, are a lot of the problem to what the state of our health care is today. Because when they started doing work care, you know, when you have a job, you had your health insurance given to you as an enticement to come work for that company. Now everybody gives that. So people, you know, you go in to get something from the, you know, care from a doctor. He has incredibly high malpractice insurance that he has to cover, so he gives you 15 tests that you don't need to cover his backside on malpractice. And you say, oh, okay, what do you care? You're not paying for it. You know, you're paying $15 or $25 on a copay. So you don't have to worry about it. And because of that lack of responsibility, I mean, I remember, I'm old enough that I remember when there was no such thing as health insurance. And you went to the doctor and he'd say, well, we could do this and this, and you were conscious of how much it cost. And a lot of times you just didn't go to the doctor. And when you did have medical care, you might not be able to pay it right away. You might have to pay it over 3 months from your, you know, your weekly paycheck. So, you know, we're partially responsible. We need tort reform. We need to define malpractice, what it really is. We need to put limits on malpractice suits. We need to open up the boundaries so that insurance companies can compete in all 50 states, so there's competition. I think maybe looking back into the kind of 60s thing of the free clinics where doctors get tax breaks for donating their time to go work at a free clinic so that to take the pressure off the emergency rooms. If somebody has to, if they don't have any money, they do have a place where they can go and get some medical care. There are a lot of things we can do, but that would certainly be a good place to start.
All right. All right. Chris, I appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
Coming
Thanks,
in,
Scott.
the open primary is June 5th.
June 5th, that's it.
All right, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
That does
Thank
it for Focus. We'll be right back.